Are you the main character in the story of your life? In this episode, I am going to lay out the process used by costume designers to dress characters for visual storytelling and how you can use that process to plan your own wardrobe. I'm Rebecca Mielke. As your visual identity guide, I take you on a journey of self-discovery so you can align your inner and outer self, show up confidently, and contribute your gifts to the world. Today, I'm going to tell an embarrassing story on myself. So, shortly after I had completed my initial personal stylist training 10 plus years ago, someone with a local professional organization reached out to me about collaborating on a makeover event. I thought, why not? Sounds like fun, right? So fast forward to the first meeting with the makeover clients. I'm in there teaching them what I think that they need to know about their body type and their coloring. And suddenly I realize this is not going how the organizers were expecting. My biggest clue was when one of the organizers speaks up and says, "Oh, and we're going to buy you all a copy of Carol Jackson's original Color Me Beautiful book." I don't know if you're uh, old enough to remember that, but like I said, this was in the last 10 years, so this was not a good sign. So they saw, the person who contacted me saw the words certified personal stylist and assumed that I was going to be able to reproduce the experience that they'd had with their previous stylist. Have you ever felt less than because you didn't measure up to expectations you didn't even realize were on you? Well, I'm sorry that happened to you because for me, this was really stressful. I had to complete the project, which took weeks, and all the while knowing that the organizers didn't have confidence in me, and knowing that the women also weren't actually getting the best that I had to offer because of this compromise that I'm trying to fit into a mold and they want something different. Anyway, to make matters worse, I was putting all this effort into this, and I didn't put enough effort into my own outfit for the big event. I prioritized convenience and budget. Sound familiar? As we all so often do, and ended up with something that was okay. But it didn't really capture the essence of my creativity and my strategic vision. So this was a professional semi-disaster, not a complete disaster because I met some really lovely people. The clients really liked me, and I learned this lesson. If someone is expecting me to be someone else, I am inevitably going to disappoint them. So after this, I spent a significant season designing costumes for community theater productions. Designing costumes for a theater production involves these 5 key steps to make sure the costumes align with the director's vision and the character's needs and personalities. So in this case, you're the character and you're the director. Here's a basic outline of the process. Step 1 is script analysis. So in costuming, this is when I would read the script thoroughly to understand the setting and the characters and identify important details about the characters, such as their personality, their social status, and their activities. What did their costumes need to be able to do? In creating your own wardrobe, this step is about knowing yourself. In your visual identity journey, this is your personality profile. By discovering your accurate Myers-Briggs type and the underlying cognitive functions, you can become aware of how your brain is wired, what your flow state is for energy, and how to create a life that works for you. Step 2 is research. Costume designers do research on the historical, cultural, or even fantasy elements that are related to the setting of the production, and then they gather visual references to inspire the design. The visual references you need to create a consistent and cohesive personal wardrobe are what you love visually. Start collecting images you find visually beautiful or inspiring. In stop 2 of your visual identity journey, we use these images to inform the design of the visual elements that harmonize with your essence. Your essence being both your body and your personality. Essence really being the core of who you are. In step 3, it's to create the initial sketches and concepts. So creating rough sketches or concept boards, some people like to use what we call mood boards for each character's costumes, explore different color palettes, fabrics, and styles that fit the director's vision and character needs, which is you're the director and you are also the character. So what kinds of styles do you aspire to? What kinds of things always feel like you? The third step in your visual identity journey is outfit templates that work for your body's silhouette and proportions, as well as other technical and artistic information that you can use to create harmony between your body and your outfit. So basically, I take a picture of you, take the outline, the silhouette, and then I overlay lines on that so you can see what these lines are going to do when you use those to create outfits. And then I'll sketch some outfit templates that would work well for you. So step 4 is budgeting. Everybody's favorite, right? So the costume designer assesses the available budget and then makes a decision about whether the costumes are going to be bought, rented, or made from scratch. Renting is really expensive, so you kind of need to have a small cast and a big budget to be able to use that one. Everybody needs to have somewhat of a budget for their clothing and accessories. Is your budget reasonable? Too many women put themselves last when it comes to needs, but wearing clothing is a need, and you are one of everybody. So I mean, I guess there's nudist colonies, but most of us have to be dressed to go anywhere. So in your visual identity journey, accessories are the 4th stop. Whether your philosophy of wardrobe budget is like designer bags and all the things, or something more simple, I will teach you which colors and shapes will work best for you, so you have the option of keeping it very simple and low budget and still looking fantastic if you want to. And then step 5 is the final costume designs. Here, the designer develops the detailed final designs, including fabric swatches, color choices, accessories, and then presents the designs to the director. The 5th and final stop in your visual identity journey is a completely custom color palette designed to harmonize your inherent coloring, which is the coloring on your body, your hair, skin, and eyes, and then the colors of your personality. So if you would like to get started a little bit exploring color concepts and DIYing for yourself today, I invite you to download my new free guide, Discover Your Style DNA, a guide to seasonal energy and personality colors. You can find the link for that in the show description or at my website, signaturestylesystems.com. There are a few other steps in an actual theater costume designer's process because often they sew a lot of the costumes from scratch, which necessitates things like fittings and alterations and repairs and all that. But for our purposes, here's where we're going to stop. Your homework for this episode, which is always optional, is to journal about what aspects of your personality are important for people to know about you. I think 2 or 3 is a good number to shoot for. What are 3 qualities that are core to your identity and would be helpful for others to know when they first meet you? Thanks for being here for Signature Style Systems. Have fun being you, and I'll meet you back here again real soon.